Welcome. Can everybody hear me? Mr. Ramson, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now you're the back of the room. Okay, welcome everybody, and thank you for coming out tonight. You, the members of Studio Montclair, are the reason we are all here. Promoting your work, helping you to get it seen, connecting you with other artists, and offering support to you is what we're all about. As you can hear from our music, we are celebrating 20 years of existence of SMI. SMI has never been more vital than it is right now. In the last year, we signed 88 new members, and we showed over 300 works of art. Are you looking for new ways to get your art seen and possibly some buyers for your artwork? We've got a new artist registry. It's up on the website right now. And for this year, while we are building the audience with art representatives and galleries and whatnot, it's going to be free. So please take advantage of this opportunity and load your artwork up there now, if you haven't done it already. Okay, before I go any further, I need to say thank you to everybody who helped tonight. Susanna, for like everything. Yvette, for the slideshow. We're going to see in about 10 seconds. Amy, for logistics coordination, the library and communications. And Phoebe, for bringing us cake. As a reminder, we have 3 exhibits up right now. If you haven't seen them, make sure you get over. The first one is over at Academy Square on the first floor. It's called Good Works, honoring Studio Montclair volunteers. That was curated by Gina Murray and myself. And as I said, that's on the first floor. On the second floor, in the Virginia S. Block Gallery, is Remembering David Johnston. That was curated by Robert Koenig and put together a lot of work by Virginia. Robert Koenig's former director at the Montclair Art Museum. This show's an absolute must-see, so please get over there. Both of those shows are up through the end of July 20th. And also right now is our annual Viewpoints exhibit at Algira, the Center for Contemporary Art in New York. That'll be up through the end of this month. Viewpoints has become one of our most anticipated and highly regarded visual arts exhibits every single year. This show, we feature 87 works of art selected from thousands of submissions from every region of the United States, Canada, Europe, and even Asia. Upcoming, we have a number of events and exhibits and opportunities, so I want you to make sure you keep your eyes on the hotness that comes out every week. We will be having in October a 2020 exhibit, which will be featuring our 20th anniversary, obviously. And then in December, we're going to have a celebration show. Oh, that's November. November is a celebration show here in the library. And in December, we're going to have a postcard show, which was going to be a fundraiser. We're going to be talking more about fundraisers in a few minutes. So at this point, I'd like to stop so we can take a look at all the achievements in the past year.
income and expenses. We maintain about $20,000 in our bank account over the year. We don't have a large budget. As you can see, a majority of our income comes from membership dues, and we use these dues and other income that comes in to pay mostly for, to run the organization, and to run exhibits. Okay. I'm not going to really bore you with all the details of what we really spend all the pennies on. So if you want, further details, just come see me after the meeting and we can go over everything. That's it.
There's a saying that says, if you want to build a ship, do not ask people to go out and buy a bunch of wood. Go ask them to dream about being at sea. Tonight we are celebrating 20 years of SMI's history. And you're seeing some highlights behind me of the years past. But we are also celebrating the future of SMI. I think we can all agree that it's pretty hard to predict the future. But I am sure when 5 artists sat down to organize a grassroots arts organization for visual artists, they had no idea it would grow into such an important and vital organization in northern Jersey. They could not have foreseen that we would be covered in all of the media outlets, both locally or regionally. And I'm sure they had no way of anticipating that we would have such a presence on Instagram and Facebook. Just about 2 years ago, the board, after much debate, made a considered decision that we should find a place of our own, where we can put on our exhibits without the constraints we have today, and where we can expand our programming. This has long been a dream of SMI, but the board made a commitment to make it happen, and we began our work. First, we took a long, hard look at where we were, at the status of our organization, and we made some decisions about changes we would have to make in order to be prepared to support a place once we had one. Because you just heard from Diane what our financials are typically like, right? This is a typical year. We quickly realized that we needed to increase our visibility and our presence, bring it up to a whole new level, and that we had to raise funds. We also realized that if we wanted to unlock the potential of SMI, we couldn't do it all on our own. Ed Remsen, who's in the back and who you'll hear from in a few minutes, joined us as an advisor to help us expand our board and our horizons. This year we are kicking off a series of fundraising events. The first fundraiser, it will be next week, next Monday, a week from tonight, 4 to 8. How many times can I say it? We've got sheets on the back table. It's a co-sponsored event. Panera, if you bring in the flyer that's back on the back page, on the back table, and you buy food, Panera is going to give Studio Montclair a percentage of the sales. And at the same time, Jerry's, which is just a few doors down, has offered Studio Montclair members a 20% discount. So now's a good time to go stock up. 20% discount on non-sale items. Please, please, please go next week and have your friends and family go eat at Panera and let them hand in flyers too. We have a few other fundraisers coming up, small ones, so keep your eyes on the hot list. But we also decided to have a big fundraising event, and we are going to hold that on October 21st, and it is entitled Affair of the Art. We're going to get a lot more details from Ed in a few minutes. But it's important to know that we went out and asked some very talented people to help us plan this. One of the people on that event committee is Andrew Pincus, who's in the back of the room back there. So you see, we're expanding our borders a little bit. And along with the fundraising, I mentioned we have to increase visibility. If, like me, last May you were walking around the streets of Montclair and you saw all those banners up advertising the Montclair Film Festival, and you said to yourself, gee, if only Studio Montclair could have a presence like that. Stop dreaming, stop your if-onlys, we're doing it. The banners are going to be advertising the fundraising event on October 21st. But they are all going to promote not just Studio Montclair, but also the work of some of our members. Kathy Imlay is a curator who has agreed to select work. So please get your, actually, it's already been on the hot list. You can go to the hot list and find the details. The deadline is June 30th, so please go out and check that out. Anybody who's accepted as an artist will receive 50% of the sale price for the original work that will be auctioned off the night of the fundraiser. In addition to that, you will get one of the banners with your piece for yourself. And in addition to that, you'll become a ticket to the fundraiser, and that's a $100 value. So, oh, and one last thing, the name of the artist is going to be prominently displayed on the banner, so your name will be all over Montclair. So please apply. These days, our board has a new mantra, and our new mantra is yes and how, because we're working hard to make this transition possible. So I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our board members. Many of them you know from before: Gina, Amy, Yvette, Phoebe, and then we have new board members: Diane, who you've just met, Lark Lowe, who came on for membership and volunteers, and Matt Robertson, who has stepped up for communications, and as I mentioned, Ed Remsen. And now I just want to speak a little bit about our committees, because we made a couple of changes this year to our committees. We expanded membership to include volunteer coordination. And then we...
Hey, Catherine.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Catherine. Sorry, Catherine. Thank you with that. We combined programs and exhibits. We made them one committee because they have to really work hand in hand, so we thought it would be more efficient, more effective. And I now want to make a note that all of our events, everything you're seeing through these last few slides, all of that is only made possible through the hard work of the volunteers who work on these committees. And as we grow, we're going to need more volunteers because we're going to have more activities. So I'm asking you, do you have any curatorial experience? If you don't, do you want some? Do you have any planning skills? Curiosity? Good ideas? Ideas for programs and exhibits? That new exhibit and program committee could use your help. Please step up. There's a sheet back there to sign up for any committee you want to use, work on. Also within that committee, we need people to do hospitality and people just to help at events. So there's plenty of ways to help. Please step up. Do you have any good ideas about how to attract new members or to encourage and support our volunteers? If so, please join the new volunteers in the membership committee. And if you have any graphic design experience, copywriting, social media experience, our top-notch communications committee will be most appreciative of your help. You know, this committee reliably puts out press releases and publicity materials, all the logos you see, the postcards. We look good because they make us look good. And they need some help too. So if you have any capabilities in these areas, please, 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 sign up in the back or see one of us later. And lastly, we have an opening on the board for chairs of the Programs and Exhibitions Committee. So if you would like to be considered for that, see Ed Remsen after the meeting. So, how do you predict the future? You create it. Join us and help us shape the future of Studio Montclair. We can do it together. And now, please welcome Ed Remsen, who's the former mayor of Montclair.
I'm standing between you and the pizza, so I'll be free. But that was many of you, I was a former elected official, unindicted. This is the first time I'm speaking before our members as a board member, and just as important to me as a member of the organization. I am of the firm belief that if you have a nonprofit in Montclair that is not all it can be, and not raising the kind of money it needs to, not for the sake of raising money, but to drive its program, shame on you, because this community historically supports its nonprofits, and there's tons of nonprofits in this town, all of which get generous support. And I remember when I came on to do some volunteer consulting work now about a year and a half ago, I decided that the best thing I could do was to spend some time talking to every single member of the board at the time, and our director. And one of the things that I kept hearing from our board members when I started envisioning the kind of support that we could generate for this town, not from the township, but from the people of this town, was, well, why would people support us? We're a membership organization. You know, it's kind of self-serving. And I said, well, you may be a membership organization, but what you do is you bring art to this community that has its own value. And the community should support you regardless of whether you are members or not. The most important thing that we can do, and I find myself saying this passionately as a non-artist member of the organization, although I have several handyman craft skills that I'm trying to get defined as art, which some of the board members disagree with, but that's their problem and not mine. My wife's very happy with what I can do with tiles and wood. It's always about the members. We have to keep doing more. It's not about what the members can do for us. It's not about what the members can donate to us. I believe in my heart that we need to do more and more and more for our members, because this is about you. This is about you. This is, you know, maybe a passion, it may be a second career, maybe an avocation, but you pour your heart and soul into this, and we need to do everything we can to see that the work gets out and your work gets purchased and you get the notoriety. So, one of the things I think I was most proud of, and I always tell people when I do volunteer work for nonprofit, because I've had a lot of experience running nonprofits in my life. I've run about 10 or 15 nonprofits over the years. And I always say to them, I'll do this work for you, but don't ask me to serve on the board, because that's what groups do. I do some volunteer consulting, I help them build their board, I show them how to raise money, and they say, why don't you serve on the board? And so I tell them at the beginning, don't ask me to serve on the board. And I said that rather loudly and clearly, except that after about 6 months, I went to my friend Vidi and I went to Rita and I said, I don't know, I'm thinking about serving on the board. Because I was really excited about the potential and the excitement that this organization could generate, especially coming up on 20 years. So I took the plunge. I now serve a few different roles on the board. And I felt that the 20th anniversary created an opportunity for us to do two things, is to dramatically increase the visibility we have, and through us, our members, and two, to finally start to raise the kind of money. If you think that's, those are positive numbers, we're not losing money, I guarantee you, you're not going to see those numbers in the future. We are going to grow the organization. Not for the sake of having a lot more money just to raise more money. We need more money to have a prominent place we can call home, to have more programs and services for and driven by the members, to have more staff, to have more interns, and to have a place we can proudly call home, wherever it winds up, whether it's here in Montclair or it's in a neighboring town. And I think that our budget should be 2 or 3 times that, so that we have the tools and the resources to do more on behalf of the members. I'm proud to be part of an organization that has 400 dues-paying members, and we need to do everything. My actual first contact, and even though I knew about Studio Montclair, and as mayor I knew all the nonprofits, was when my wife and I were doing our kitchen over, and she wanted something really different and didn't want to buy it off the shelf. So I called my friend and neighbor Phoebe up and said, we want a ceramic mural list. Do you know anybody? And she said, hot list. And I said, what's that? She said, hot list. And I said, okay. She said, write it up. And within days, I got calls from several people, one of whom is a member of Studio Montclair, Linda von der Schmidt, Stella von der Schmidt, who I've become friends with, who we commissioned to do a fabulous job of creating ceramic-based work for our kitchen and then eventually the bathroom. And it proudly sits in our house, and she said that's what we do. We create opportunities for our members to bid on some stuff, and I wanted hiring her to do even more. And I'm very proud of that, and it was nice to reconnect with her when I rejoined the board. So we said, what can we do to really celebrate 20 years, to both drive much more visibility for our organization and to raise the money? So we have come up with a very exciting event. And the other thing I think I'm most proud of is I was able to convince the board. One thing about being a volunteer is if they're not happy with you, the worst they can do is tell you to get out. You know, they can't fire me, it's not my salary, it's not how I pay my bills. And I said, this organization needs to be comfortable staying true to the fact that most of its board members need to be artists and need to be members, but we have to start to open the doors to start to attract some people from this community who will joyfully come in and help us expand our capacity. And we have started to do that both on the board and in our committees. And we're getting some really talented people who are volunteering to make our board and our events more special. So we came up with a plan by adding some really exciting people, several of whom are here tonight who are not board members, like Andrew Pincus and others who are perhaps roaming around, who are helping us to create a really signature event that is all about the artist. So we are having a really cool event on October 21st, and it's called 18 Ladle Street. If you know where the old small motor vehicle place used to be on Ladle Street across from the Human Needs Pantry near Walnut Street, right there is an old building that was converted into this really cool, hip place that people use for events. It is the home for one of the food shows. Food Network has their mobile kitchen there. So we booked it. One of the really exciting things we did was I said I would co-chair the event, but I wanted somebody else. So we recruited a really great woman named Stephanie Hutton, who's junior league trained, lives in Glen Ridge, and she's my co-chair, and we've got this really exciting plan. We wanted to make sure that we were going to raise money, raise visibility, but make sure that every element of the event was about the artist. So we are going to have a live performance artist come that night. We've contracted with him, and he's going to come and he's going to create art for the event, 3 pieces. And then we're going to auction it. Then we're going to have a lot of our members, hopefully many of you, who will bring their stuff that night, because we're going to have art sales during the evening. And then we're going to, as Rita Marie said, have the banners, in some cases designed by our members, have the original pieces auctioned off, and then sell to people the actual plastic banners themselves for people who want to take them and put them in their house, put them in their garden. We're going to have an art-themed silent auction. We've already had people, including the aforementioned Linda von der Schmidt. She's going to donate, creatively doing some ceramic art for the top bidder, and she's not doing it for free. We told her, tell us what your basic cost is to produce this, and we'll make that the opening bid. And when we get that opening bid, that's yours. And anything else above it over the course of the night will be good for us. And if the person wants to hire you to do a bigger, more spectacular job when you come to their house, we want a win-win situation. The artist is not being asked to donate, but to contribute. She will be there that night to discuss what she can do with people. We will make some money, she will make some money, and somebody's going to get something really powerful. And we have 3 or 4 people willing to do that. We're also going to have, the meetings in which we were discussing this were rather bizarre, but we are getting an electric violinist, whose name I can't remember, who's going to perform live with DJ backup, really sort of hip and offbeat. This is going to be a really high-powered event. It's going to be low-key. It's not going to be a sit-down dinner. If you're too dressed up, we'll ask you to leave. We're pricing the tickets affordably. We want the members to come. What's going to make the event successful is we are getting sponsors. What this organization has not done is to go to the corporate community and say, we're Studio Montclair. We represent hundreds of artists, many of whom live in this town, pay their taxes here, who hire locally, who buy their supplies locally, and who need to support us. And we've already raised $7,000 in sponsorship, and we believe we will raise $20,000 in corporate sponsorship that will attach them to the event. And then we're doing something else, aren't we, that night, too, besides the silent auction? I can't remember. Maybe one other thing. So it's going to be a fun event. It's going to be art themed. It's going to promote the members. We hope many people will come. We're expecting a crowd of 250, and I have promised that we will produce an event that will net $25,000, which means, in one shot, if this works, we will have doubled the operating budget. And we're going to do three things with the money. We're going to take some of it and put it into our operating account so we can pay our operating costs and have more money for the committees, committee shows. We're going to set up a fund with a lockbox and a strong key on it that's going to be our building fund. That's going to sit there until we have the resources to rent or otherwise acquire a place to call home. And we're going to provide scholarships, 2 scholarships for emerging artists from the community that we serve, who will get, it's not going to send them to Parsons on a full scholarship, but it's going to give them some money, and we think we need to start doing that. So it's going to be a great event, it's going to be exciting, there's going to be a lot of media, there's some great visual materials that have been developed. We're all inviting all of our friends, and I'd love to say at some point, I'm sorry, it's all sold out. We hope to sell it out to 250 people, and if we do and get the sponsorships, we will gross $50,000. And this group never could have imagined that it could have pulled off an event like this, and I'm telling you, we can, we should, and we want it to benefit the artists, so you feel like this event wasn't just us raising money, it was raising money so we could pump more into our programs. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be a signature event. We hope you will join us. And I'm thrilled to have the board support on this and some of the outside community people who joined up. And we're sending out a hold the date. There's probably some of the hold the dates here. And we hope you'll come out to this event. It's going to be very cool, very fun. And we're going to make some serious money for Studio Montclair. So. I'm apparently also doing, I chair the board development committee, or co-chair the debating committee, which means that we're always looking for people to join the board, but we don't let board members say, oh, my friend Sally would like to join the board. We have a really specific idea of the gaps we have on the board and the skills that we don't have, and we go find people to do that. We did that with Diane, we did that with my coming on, we did that with Tika, we did that with Matt Roberts, and we're going to do that with others that we add. We don't need a lot of new members, we need a couple, and we use the committees of the board to create a view system for us. I want this to be an even better board than it is, keeping true to the artists and the members, and adding other people from the community that can do stuff to make us do more. So we are presenting, since it is our annual meeting, slate to be approved by the members as per our bylaws. It speaks for itself, the re-election of all these fine people to the board with those particular titles. And I guess the bylaws probably say if there's any nominations from the floor, feel free to make any. I guess we have to say that, right? That's Catherine, do I have to say that?
You do.
I thought so. Anybody want to nominate anybody from the board? Does anybody want to see the face that goes with the name? They're all here, I think, except for Hillary. Is Hillary here? Hillary's not here and Tika's not here. But everybody else, the rest of us are here. And so I'm proud to put the names in nomination for election to the board by the membership. And I guess I'm supposed to ask for a second. You're a board member. Can you second it?
Of course I can.
Oh, sorry. I'm learning there's a lot of rules in this organization. The bylaws are about 60 pages long. So it's been duly moved. Is there a second? You make the motion. Second by this gentleman. Any discussion? Anybody want to hear from any of those who are serving on the board or meet any of us? Or
It would be nice to be introduced.
that we can do that. So, okay, well, you met Rita Marie, our president. You met me, Ed Remsen. You've met Catherine Kincaid, who's been with the organization since the beginning. Diane Gray, you met our treasurer.
Hi, you guys. Glad you're here.
Catherine is with us and is a great artist. In fact, she's going to be showing me some of her work. One of the things the board members are liking also is my wife and I have been collecting some art, so I'm going on the sites of some of the members and buying some art. My wife wants to kill me. Every time I join an organization, we write a lot of checks. Diane is here, Matt Roberts is here, our newest board member, longtime member of the community, a photographer. Gina is here, our recording secretary, she's been involved for many years. And Hillary is not here, our corresponding secretary. Amy's here. I'm sorry, Amy Becker is here, I'm sorry. Been involved a long time, co-chair of the communications. And frankly, the person who's done a lot of the driving of the great visuals that you're seeing. Our package, our sponsorship package for the event, our materials, all comes out from the community. She and Yvette have done a fabulous job with help from others we've used to make some really strong visual materials that represent us. So, you've met these wonderful people, we've had a motion made and seconded, and I guess I'll ask by a show of hands, all those in favor of electing this slate as proposed. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstaining? Of course not. That's as it should be. And so thank you very much. Congratulations to those of us who've been reelected, and we will be looking to get new people.
I'd like to propose term limits.
Yes, yes, we're working on that, yes.
30 years.
Not right now, but, no, I think every organization needs to turn over, frankly. I think there should be term limits. We're going to discuss the bylaws and change it. You know, the trick with this organization I learned in coming in was, if you too dramatically turn it over and have people feel they're being uninvited and then adding too many non-artist people, it's going to kind of cut into the soul of the organization. I've been here long enough to understand how much this means to the artists. So we're doing this in stages. And yes, there will be term limits for some people, Gina, not necessarily you, but we'll give certain people the opportunity. So we'll communicate with you more. My message is simple. We support the artist. We're doing everything we can behind the scenes and in front of the scenes to make it happen. That event is going to speak about the artist. It's not about raising money. Raising money is almost going to be a byproduct. This event is putting Studio Montclair on the map and your work on the map and giving you ample opportunity to display and sell. That's why we're doing this. And if we can do it and also make $25,000, good for us, good for you. Okay, am I done? Thank you.
Okay, now the food and drink part of the party is happening in the back. And then we're doing the artist slides right after that. Right. Now we're back to celebration.
And now it's gone, right?